Like always, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Why the 13 seconds? I don't know. I need 30 seconds to get it. Alright guys, we're in Zevenbergen, Super Pro Sports Center, the home of some of the best kickboxers in kickboxing history. Sparring day, so it's gonna be one hell of a training. Let's go. One more round, warm up.
I'm Oleksandr Usyk, welcome to my name. Whoa, let me eat. No! I can't see. Enough. But never enough. Easy day. Today is an easy day. This is exercise and not science. But this is exercise make me strong.
Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven are pushing through intense training as fight night draws closer, sharpening every technique and preparing for battle. Each morning, Verhoeven starts with an ice bath to boost recovery, build discipline, and condition both his body and mind for demanding training sessions.
Seven in the morning, iced up time. Let's go. Turning on some motivational speech, and then jumping in.
I've had some failures in front of a lot of people,
3 minutes.
but I didn't mind that because you grow from that, you know.
I think part of learning is dying. I think part of learning is you gotta die. Because what is learning? Learning is me giving up on my old ideas. Those ideas have to die for these words.
Trust you.
Driven to face Oleksandr Usyk, he trains relentlessly every day, pushing his limits with complete focus, determined to prove himself against one of boxing's elite champions.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's the morning routine right there. Oh, that's my favorite way to wake up, guys. Oh, the alarm goes. I wake up, get my towel, I walk down to the ice tub. So it's a shock, like jumping in, but it's such a boost coming out. I feel like a freaking winner.
His training camp emphasizes consistency through strength work, technical drills, and endurance sessions, keeping him physically prepared, mentally sharp, and ready for the challenge ahead.
This is just horrible. And we've been doing this for years and years and years, back to back. That's why every time we finish, Dennis takes the time, notes it in his phone. Then after training, he puts it in his computer and he has data for years and years. From when we start prep and what the times are when we finish camp. So yeah, it's always a challenge to stay as fit as possible and just to keep looking at the data like, hey, last preparation or the preparation before that, you were faster or you were better. What's the reason? So we keep analyzing the data, yeah, to be better every time.
During mitt pad sessions, he sharpens combinations, timing, and precision, working closely with his coaches to refine fundamentals and prepare for every challenge ahead. He stays motivated, trains relentlessly, overcomes fatigue, maintains discipline, and shows unwavering commitment to continuous improvement every day.
Way to the top is, I think, easier because you have something to work towards, to look towards, and it's a dream, and it's a dream you're chasing. But when that dream finally becomes reality, you're there, you obtained it, and what happens now? And then a lot of people, or maybe not a lot of people, just like what normally happens or logically happens is, hey, you get comfortable. I did it, I made it. But that's not me. That's not me. I keep the grind as real as it was.
In sparring sessions, he tests his skills against tough partners, absorbs pressure, sharpens his defense and offense, and builds the confidence needed to compete at boxing's highest level.
We got a lot of big guys here today, so we gotta make sure the Vaseline is on our face, so the punches slip off and we don't end up with a bloody eye, bloody nose, black eye.
He reveals he was first offered Anthony Joshua but chose Oleksandr Usyk instead, believing undisputed champions should face each other in the biggest fights.
And he's the champion now, undefeated for a long time. So what about undisputed versus undisputed? And they said one thing. I love it.
Wow.
Okay. Let's do it. So they started talking to Alexander about the whole idea. He loved the idea. So they made it work. And now we're here.
Would it be fair to say that the idea of fighting Usyk, given who he is and his current resume, interested you more than AJ?
100%.
Yeah.
The fight versus Anthony Joshua was also super exciting, but it's like a totally different fighter.
Sure.
And Oleksandr Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this, that would be like the cherry on the cake.
Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk trains relentlessly, sharpening his skills and pushing his body and mind to peak condition as he prepares to defend his title.
For the fight and our priority, it's the quality of the sparring. Yeah? So the most important are sparring. In the Usyk case, this is, I think so now, 60% of training load.
Usyk's trainer says their focus is intense sparring, realistic fight simulations, and refining techniques to ensure Usyk can adapt to any strategy his opponent brings. Oleksandr Usyk balances intense training with quality family time, staying motivated, mentally refreshed, and fully focused on challenges awaiting him in the ring.
How often do the kids come into the gym?
Only today?
Only today.
Yeah, because they are not live here. They live in Malaga.
Ah.
Yeah, school, training. Yeah, now it's like a weekend. Two maybe 3 days.
Wade Plemons views this unusual matchup as a modern example of entertainment-driven boxing, while acknowledging it as genuine appeal. He believes fans will tune in despite the criticism because the event is intriguing and unpredictable. Even so, he strongly favors Oleksandr Usyk, arguing that the gap in boxing skill and experience is simply too large to ignore. Plemons points to recent surprises, such as Francis Ngannou knocking down Tyson Fury, as proof that unexpected moments can happen in combat sports. However, he stresses that Usyk has consistently defeated elite opponents and cleared out the heavyweight division, By comparison, Rico Verhoeven is entering unfamiliar territory with limited professional boxing experience, making the contest feel more like a crossover spectacle than a true championship-level boxing match.
Usyk's probably going to wash Rico, but hey, you never know. Francis walked in there, knocked down Tyson, jiggled his balls in his face, and ended up almost beating him. So yeah, I'll watch this. It's an entertainment fight. It's a crossover fight, and while I think that Oleksandr Usyk has bigger fish to fry in the heavyweight division, when Kabayel is a mandatory, I thought, for Oleksandr Usyk, there is, for other sanctioning bodies like the WBO, you have Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois. You have that fight about to happen, so the winner of that is going to, I thought, fight Usyk. And then you have Tyson Fury waiting in the wings. There's Moses Italma waiting in the wings. There's a lot of odd stuff happening here with the sanctioning bodies. And I'm going to tell you this now. This is what leaves a sour taste in my mouth about it.
Plemons also points to complications created by sanctioning bodies, noting that contenders like Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley are waiting for deserved title opportunities. He argues that this undermines the division's integrity. Even so, he accepts that boxing is evolving into a blend of sport and entertainment, where high-profile crossover fights attract massive attention despite raising legitimate questions about merit, rankings, and championship credibility.
They are digging their own graves with stuff like this. They are. They are digging their own graves because the more they do stuff like this, Rico Verhoeven, no reason, no business he should be fighting for a heavyweight championship in boxing. Yes, in kickboxing, very different. Him coming over and fighting for this, and essentially his second boxing match, Rico fought a guy named Janos Finfera and knocked him out cold. I mean, like I said, it's a crossover fight. If you want to say, like, look at what all Usyk has done for the heavyweight division. He fought the best of the best. He ran laps around the division, so he deserves a fun fight. That's fine. I don't really have any problem with that. I didn't have a problem with watching Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. I said, you know what? I'm excited for the fight. I'll watch the fight. I'm excited for this fight. I'll watch the fight.
In a recent discussion, Oladipo shared his view of today's heavyweight division, saying Anthony Joshua is no longer operating at the same level as Alexander Usyk. In his opinion, Usyk is the world's top heavyweight and has already secured his place among boxing's all-time greats through his achievements and consistency. He believes Joshua remains a dangerous fighter, but has not matched Usyk's elite standard at this stage of his career, making some proposed matchups feel uneven. Despite that assessment, Oladipo welcomed boxing's continued global expansion, expressing excitement about major events being staged in countries like Egypt, giving fans around the world unforgettable experiences and helping the sport reach new audiences.
Boy, but AJ's not Oleksandr Usyk, right? I mean, where AJ isn't where Oleksandr Usyk is. Oleksandr Usyk's the #1 heavyweight in the world, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. AJ, this stage of his career, certainly isn't that. So I guess it makes the matchup appear even more strange. Look, I like the idea of going to Egypt, by the way. I think it's good when boxing goes to different places in the world. I think these are events that you remember. There was some talk about Oleksandr Usyk signing with Zuffa. I prayed and had my fingers crossed that it was going to be Oleksandr Usyk versus Agit Kabayel. Now, some of you might be right here. You're like, well, one second. Oleksandr Usyk's done everything asked of him.
He also mentioned rumors linking Usyk with Zuffa Boxing, while saying he'd rather see a more competitive matchup against Agit Kabayel. Although unexpected fights often spark debate, he noted that even Tyson Fury faced Francis Ngannou in a crossover bout. Ultimately, he praised Usyk's decade-long excellence, saying his remarkable achievements make criticism difficult, while hoping the champion remains more active and continues facing top contenders.
Really big names up and down and has obviously an incredible career, but I can't pretend that I've been following closely. 36 years old. What is interesting about this is that you'll recall the UFC wanted to sign him and he wanted to go box instead. Well, this is what that is. I don't know what the UFC offered him. Surely it cannot be what Turkey is offering him. And I gotta say, for Usyk, he gets something of an easy payday. For Verhoeven, he gets a payday off of a fight against an opponent that I would have thought he never would have gotten. I mean, if your choice is fighting Usyk for what I'm going to guess could be 7 or 8 figure payday, depending on how this goes, you know, or a fraction of that against some kind of UFC heavyweight before you even get a title.
That's it for today. Stay tuned to Boxing Brain for more.